Testing. It's on, yeah. I can hear it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can just barely hear it. Yeah. Test, 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 test. Maybe just a little bit more. Test. Good. Okay. OH. That is the first time I've ever done that, and that is so cool. Thank you, Janelle, for giving me permission. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2022 NCF Envirothon Annual Competition Award Ceremony. It is so great to see such a packed house. We're going to have a great time tonight. I hope everyone is ready to celebrate all the accomplishments from this week. My name is Jeremy Peters. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the National Association of Conservation Districts. In that role, part of my pleasure is that I also get to serve as the National Conservation Foundation's Executive Director. So I've been to a few Envirothon competitions over the years. I was visiting with folks earlier. I think the last one that I was at was in Maryland, and we were out on the Chesapeake, yeah, Maryland, woohoo! We were out on the Chesapeake Bay enjoying a crab bake that evening and got to see a lot of wonderful people, reconnect with many of you here this week. And so it's just so great to be back at Envirothon. It's so great to be with you in person again this year, and really look forward to all we have this evening in our award ceremony. A little bit about me. So I'm based in our Washington, D.C. office. I work out of D.C. We have our staff team based in the D.C. office as well as all across the country. I'm originally from southwestern Virginia. So for those that know the state, it's yeah, Virginia, woo! All right. So for those that know the state, the part of the state that I'm from is actually closer to 5 other state capitals than it is to Richmond. So Columbus is actually closer to where I'm from than my own state capital, but grew up on a small family farm in southwestern Virginia. Went to Virginia Tech, so I'm actually a Hokie, Janelle. Sorry about that. And have been in the DC area for about the last 15 or 20 years. Got 2 kids, and I was sharing with them when I was leaving that I was coming to the Envirothon competition. They said, "Well, Dad, what is that?" And I said, "Well, it's a youth environmental competition. There'll be about 200 students from all across the country. They're going to be competing in topics like aquatics and soils and forestry and all these neat things." And they said, so what are you doing? And I said, well, I have to serve as a judge and also get to MC the banquet, the awards program. And they said, that's great. They said, just do us a favor, don't tell any dad jokes. So being a dad, I just can't resist. And Janelle threatened them earlier, and so I've got a few dad jokes just to break the ice this evening. So one of my favorites, the first dad joke. When does a joke become a dad joke? Anybody? When it becomes apparent. Thank you. You're too kind. Another one. How many DIY dads does it take to change a light bulb? Anybody? It just takes one, but it also takes 2 weeks and 4 trips to the hardware store to get it done. Yeah, that was maybe not quite so good. Irene laughed. As long as Irene laughs, that's the main thing. Also, I mentioned I'm a Hokie. I went to Virginia Tech. Actually, at one point, I was addicted to the hokey pokey, if you can believe that. Fortunately, I turned myself around. Yeah, grown. All right, on to better things. So a little bit about the National Conservation Foundation. I mentioned serving as the executive director, and one of the great pleasures of working with the National Conservation Foundation is its mission. The mission of the NCF is to identify and advance strategic programs and partnerships to deliver conservation solutions through locally led conservation and to develop the next generation of conservation leaders. And certainly Envirothon is a centerpiece to that mission statement, being able to educate folks and the next generation of conservationists, the next generation of conservation leaders on all the important topics that you've studied this week and in the weeks leading up to the competition. Part of the pleasure also of getting to work with the National Conservation Foundation is also getting to work with great people like Millie Langley, who serves on the Envirothon Operating Committee, getting to work with great people like Irene Moore, who represents the National Conservation District Employees Association. They both serve on our Board of Trustees. So I really wanted to give Irene and Millie a big round of applause for their service. So during this past week and leading up to the awards program tonight, a total of 40 teams from across the U.S. and Canada competed to test their knowledge in the areas of aquatic ecology, forestry, soils and land use, wildlife, and the current issue of waste to resources. That involved 200 students, 80 advisors, 50 guests, a combined 3,600 hours of study and training just this week, and a combined 2,400 hours of testing and competing this week. Give yourselves a big round of applause. This year's competition was hosted by the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts and made possible by the efforts of conservation districts from all across the state and the district employees from all across the state. The week showcased Ohio's abundant natural resources, from the aquatic ecology to soils to the beautiful lands, forested landscapes, and of course the waste to resources special topic. What a beautiful state to have this year's Envirothon in, and a special thanks to the Ohio Federation, the Ohio Host Committee, all the dedicated competition volunteers, the NCF Envirothon Operating Committee, and our staff. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And I have to give a few shout outs to our staff team. We've got several of our national staff that have been with you throughout the week. I want to recognize first Keith Owen, our Director of Education. Keith, if you'll stand. Keith's in the back. Also want to recognize Jennifer Brooks, the Envirothon Program Manager. Jennifer, in the way back. Want to recognize Stephanie Tolar, Envirothon Program Specialist. Stephanie. And also want to recognize Carly Long, NACD's Communications and Marketing Specialist. And finally, thank you to all the students and advisors that are here this week. You are what Envirothon is all about. I've just been so impressed in the short time that I've been here, getting to hear the presentations today, getting to talk with folks in the hall, getting to experience one little piece of the experience that you've had this week. I'm really humbled by that experience. It's just been so fantastic, and my hat's off to each of you for such a job well done this week. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. We can't clap enough. We also have to recognize the work of the NCF Envirothon Operating Committee. They help to coordinate, to implement, to guide everything that NCF does, and they work throughout the year. They spend a lot of hours, a lot of time on Zoom meetings and telephone calls, and coming to NACD's annual meeting and hosting a lot of focused meetings throughout that event. So really appreciate the efforts of the operating committee. For any of the operating committee members that are here, if you would please stand and be recognized. Their volunteer time and service to the Envirothon program and mission has helped grow this competition into the truly international competition that it is today. And so for a word on behalf of the NCF Envirothon Operating Committee, please welcome the chair, Millie Langley.
Oh my goodness, you guys look so good. I'm used to everybody in matching t-shirts. But I'll tell you, I cannot believe that this is our last night together. Oh, I can't believe the week has flown by like it has. And I'll tell you, it's really been a pleasure to be here. I'm going to miss all you guys until next year, okay? And I want to also give my thanks to the Ohio Host Committee. They have run from one end of this campus to the other and back again. And I know that their Fitbits are probably blowing up by now with thousands of steps that they have put in to make this week a success and a pleasure for you guys to be here. So, Ohio Committee, thank you so much. And as Jeremy said, I'm part of a committee, they call it the NCF Envirothon Operating Committee. And what does that mean? It means that from year to year, this committee, representing the four corners of the United States and in between, and also Canada, we get together, it seems like every couple of months, we're getting together on a Zoom meeting or a call, or we're emailing each other, and making sure that things are being done promptly and as expected so that everything goes smoothly when we all arrive at the Envirothon every July. They've worked very hard, and I'm so proud to be a part of this group. And Jeremy had them stand up, but I'm going to call out their names and have them stand up. So besides myself, and I'm from North Carolina. I know you can't tell from my accent. We have Brooke Myers from South Carolina. We have Jeannie Dryberg from Nebraska, who hosted last year. Shawnee Nordland from Montana. Carrie Milligan from Utah. And Karen Hume from Delaware, who had to go home early, so she's not with us right now. We also have Mark Hedge from New Mexico. Becky Gino from New Brunswick, Canada. And two of our Canadian members couldn't be with us this time, Debbie Waycott from Nova Scotia and Jacqueline Monteith from Manitoba. So we're missing them tonight. Oh, seems like I left somebody out. Wendy Dodds from Ohio. Where is she? She's running around somewhere. But you probably saw these folks in one shape or form during this whole week. A lot of them were wearing that blue shirt that said CAT on the back. Yeah. Do you know what CAT stands for? Competition Advisory Team. Ah, yeah. We also had a few non-committee members on there, but they joined us because they're going to be future hosts. Some of them were past hosts. So that keeps that continuity from the testing sites, the training sites, and the oral presentations, kind of a base of knowledge that we can pull from every year to keep things consistent and fair for everybody. So we feel like this is a really important part that we play in the NCF Envirothon. One of the other things that I would like to share with you tonight is our newly updated mission statement for the NCF Envirothon. The NCF Envirothon educates students about the environment and conservation of natural resources through hands-on outdoor experiences, academic study, and collaborative competitions. Now, we did some collaborating this year, didn't we? Yes, sir. So we also have a vision statement. The vision of NCF Envirothon is to equip students with the knowledge and skills to educate others, inspire action in their local communities, and promote lifelong commitment to environmental stewardship and sustainability. So I'm very proud to represent all of you, and I'm really proud of all of the work that you guys have done this year. So give yourselves one more hand. And it is also my great pleasure to introduce Wendy Dodds to come up here and share a word with you as well.
You guys are probably tired of seeing me this week. So I just wanted to thank all of you once again, and I want to just reiterate the fact that one of the great things about the Envirothon is that it's a team competition. So, you know, every one of you that comes here with your team contributes something, and you have strengths that other members of your team might not have. And when times get tough and you're 6 hours into an oral presentation, one of you might be losing it and the other one's trying to keep you calm. So that's part of the great thing about a team, is that you work together and you lift each other up. And you have good moments and you have bad moments, and at the end of the day, you're all friends and you get the job done. So I would really like, I'm going to get a little emotional. I would really like to recognize my Ohio host committee. A lot of them have been in and out this week, and some of them had to leave early. In addition to the several years of work that we've put in, some of us have been here since Thursday. So I can't thank them enough for the time that they have dedicated to this program in their work life. I mean, they've been working 8, 10, 12, 15-hour days, A lot of them have small children at home. I don't know how they're doing that. They're still trying to do their real job and be here and take care of their families. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. So if my Ohio Host Committee members who are here could please stand up and be recognized, and let's give them a huge round of applause. We cannot do this without them, and I sincerely mean that. There are not enough words to express how much I truly appreciate it. So I would like to go ahead and get this program moving because I am standing between you and awards. So I'd like to introduce Janelle Mead, who is the CEO of the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts, to recognize our sponsors. You'll see me again.
Thank you, Envirothon alumni Wendy Dodds. Let's give her a round of applause for being an Envirothon alumni. All right, so as Wendy said, my name is Janelle Mead. I am the CEO of the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts, and we're the administrative agency that represents the 88 soil and water districts throughout the state of Ohio. And as you've learned from your training and everybody who came to teach you a little bit about the state, Ohio is very diverse. We are as urban as we are rural. You saw it in your travels when you went to Kings Island. You're in a big city and then suddenly you're out in the middle of farmland. We're very, very diverse. And that means that our districts have a wide variety of challenges. But the one thing that they have across the board in every district in our state is amazing staff. And you guys had the opportunity to meet many of them, to learn from them this week. So if you could, please give our soil and water districts a round of applause. And a selfish little plug here, it is my great hope that one day you will consider working for a soil and water district here in the great state of Ohio or perhaps in your home state. So please, please, please keep that on your radar screen. Based on what I have seen this week, we would be very happy to have you. So give yourselves a round of applause. And I'm going to recognize some of our sponsors now. And I'm going to start with one of our great friends, one of our great partners here in Ohio, our USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, and they are represented by our state conservationist, John Wilson. Please stand. Next up is Smithfield Foods. They are great partners to us here in Ohio and throughout the United States. They're great national partners as well. Would Brooke Wynn please stand up? And Alyssa Hamill. Is Alyssa here still? There you go. There. Stand up. Do we have anyone else from Smithfield? Nope. They are fantastic. You guys heard from John today. What a great presentation that was. So please tell them thank you from all of us. Next, we have the Geauga Soil and Water Conservation District. And it's my friend Katie Naniger up here. There she is back there. Give her a big round of applause. And from the Brown Soil and Water District, Danielle Thompson. And the Putnam Soil and Water District was represented by Sarah Ryman. I'm sure you saw Sarah. She took all of your pictures when you came in. She was the great person who took your photos. So let's give Sarah and Putnam a round of applause. We also have different sponsors that are listed up here and on your screen. So if you see those folks, please thank them. Please give them a round of applause. And now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I love being a winner. Like, I just really like to win things. Is there anybody out there like me that just wants to be a winner? Okay, Irene, we're not going to have the contest because nobody here wants to be a winner. So let's try this again. Is there anybody who wants to be a winner? All right. right, first we're going to start with the College and Career Fair raffle winners. I want to thank everybody who participated in the College and Career Fair and all of you who visited the College and Career Fair. So we're going to give out a bunch of prizes. We're going to do it real quick. So if I call your name, you're going to meet Irene or Karen. They're going to try to find you and get your prize, okay? Can I get a drum roll? Our first prize is donated by our friends at NRCS. It's a swag bag, and it's going to go to Aiden Kosh. From Gatton Academy. Okay, our next prize is a water bottle and athletic socks from Wittenberg University, and it's going to go to Mr. Varmer from Louisa County High School. And our next prize is from our host university here at Miami University, and it's going to go to Michael Price from Coventry High School. And then we have a sediment stick from the Ohio EPA, and that's going to go to Elizabeth from Shaftesbury, Maryland. And then we have the National Conservation Foundation filled bag, and that's going to go to Darshini from CSW, Delaware. And then we have an Antioch College t-shirt. That's down real close to where I live. I'm going to go with Yi Zhang from Livingston High School in New Jersey. And then we have great partners with the University of Delaware Stadium blanket. And that's going to go to Brianna Bonry from Rigsby High School in Idaho. Let's see. And then, I don't know if you noticed this, but early on, all the cool kids were sporting a fanny pack from the Ohio Federation of Soil and Water Conservation Districts. And we're going to give that to Michelle Lee from Oxford High School in Mississippi. And then we have an NRCS swag bag that's going to go to Dylan Evans of Three Oaks. And then we have an NCF filled bag, and that's going to go to Wyatt Rainbolt of Salem High School in Indiana. And then we have another NCF filled bag, and that's going to go to Dominique Amendiola of St. Elizabeth in Ontario. Then we have an Ohio State University filled swag bag, and that's going to go to Olivia Francuti of St. Elizabeth CHS in Ontario. And then we have another NRCS swag bag, and that's going to go to Fawn Wang of Livingston High School in New Jersey. And then we have a careers game from the Ohio EPA, and that's going to go to Carly Fort of Ravenswood High School in West Virginia. See, then from Wittenberg University, we have a water bottle and athletic socks, and that's going to go to Bridget Wu of Livingston High School in New Jersey. And then we have an Antioch College t-shirt, and that's going to go to Pranvi Bashit from Enloe High School in North Carolina. Okay, and then we have an NCF bag filled with items, and that's going to go to Mylia Senna from Coventry High School in Rhode Island. And then we have another one of those fetching fanny packs from the Federation, and that's going to go to Nathan Hetrick from Concordia Lutheran in Nebraska. And then we have another NRCS swag bag, and that's going to go to Isaac Lane in Ravenswood, West Virginia. Our friends at the Ohio EPA have sent over the Healthy Water, Healthy People field guide, and that's going to go home with Brittany Blazard from Utah. If I drop the paper, does it still count? Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. We're back down to another Miami University t-shirt, and that's going to go to Mikkel Creer from Utah. I think I'm going to have to get my spectacles out for this one. Let's see. An NCF field bag. And it's going to go to Connor from Richard Montgomery High School. Connor, where are you? See, and then we have another NRCS swag bag, and that's going to go to Natalie Wadsworth from Connecticut. This is the last one, so give yourself some good juju here, right? It's a University of Delaware Stadium blanket, and it's going to go to Dana Sicardi of Connecticut. All right, now let me get my notes all straight here, and I think I'm going to give out some social media sweepstakes winners. So thank you to all of you who took pictures. Thank you to all of you who participated in the scavenger hunt and took some great photos of everybody doing some crazy things. They were amazing. And I'm as excited to see who the winners are as you are, so there we go. We want to recognize the Oregon team, the Utah team, and the Wisconsin Envirothon team. And we have gift cards up here for you, so how about you just see me afterwards and we'll get those to you. And now I am excited to turn this over to Shawnee Norland from the NCFE Operating Committee to present the Hall of Fame Awards. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. I'm also known as the bouncer, so if you got kicked out of something, I'm the bouncer. As she said, I'm from the great state of Montana. I've been involved with Envirothon for 25 years. I don't look that old, do I? It's a pleasure for me to be here to present the Hall of Fame and the Wave of the Future Awards. I am the past chair of once was the Cannon Envirothon, and now is the NCF Envirothon. And we'd like to thank NCF for taking that over. And these awards have been given out for 17 years. And I'll give you a brief thing of what the Hall of Fame Award, it recognizes the achievements of state and provincial Envirothon representatives and how these individuals have directly influenced, impacted, and promoted the NCF Envirothon. That's a Hall of Fame. The Wave of the Future, this award recognizes the achievements of teachers, advisors, and alumni who have been involved with the Envirothon for at least 5 years, and how these individuals have directly influenced, impacted, and promoted the NCF Envirothon. I'm nervous. You guys are making me more nervous. I usually can talk pretty good, but okay. I just want to show you these beautiful bowls. They're made in Idaho, and this is what we're awarding the Hall of Fame and the Wave of the Future. They're made out of, this one's made out of cherry wood, and this one is made out of willow. And this one is made out of choke cherry. So with the theme, our organization thought that we would award them, and the ones who pick these awards are nominated, of course, but it's the past presidents that vote. So if you didn't know that, so a little tidbit there. Okay, the Wave of the Future Award, because I know you guys want to get going. I only have 4 pages, so. This awardee for the Wave of the Future is a teacher and will retire after this year. Has been involved as a coach advisor for 23 years on the state level and 16 years on the NCF level. He encourages new teachers to participate and has stated that the participation in the Envirothon has been one of the most rewarding opportunities he has had throughout his career. He does not just teach to test, but instead fills each lesson with hands-on learning. You can tell, my son doesn't take after me. He's a farm broadcaster. He does not take after me. He instills a belief that they can make a difference and helps them understand the urgent need to protect and enrich our world. He will be missed at the Spartanburg High School in South Carolina, but plans to remain involved in the South Carolina Envirothon. He has ignited passion for the NCF Envirothon and the South Carolina Envirothon to more than 200 students over his career. I would like Rob Wilder to come forward as a recipient of the Wave of the Future. The Hall of Fame Award, the next recipient promotes the benefits of the competition to local elected officials, friends, and family, and anyone else she encounters, which she has done for 25 years on the state and NCF Envirothon level. She explains the scope of the program and how it is an international program and not just a competition. Her promotion of the NCF Envirothon is what makes the state program so special to the participants, committee and members and sponsors. She is dedicated, passionate, persistent, voice of reason, involved with the Envirothon since its beginning. She has mothered the program to what it is today and also claims the title of grandmother to the program as children of the original students are competing today. It's a family affair, and many can say they've grown up in the West Virginia Envirothon, and she has been there every step of the way. It is my pleasure to present this award to Shirley Heyer of West Virginia. And we do have one more Hall of Fame award to present. This awardee is a retired teacher, has been the rock, and has kept the program together throughout this year and all through the COVID years. He began his Envirothon career in coaching teams in 1997. His teams won their state competition in 2004, 2009, 2016, 2017, and competed each year with at least 2 teams until his retirement in 2017. He established a student t-shirt design contest for his state in 2011. In 2019, he also established an Envirothon YouTube channel for Rhode Island. He has been president, treasurer of the Rhode Island Envirothon. He is currently the state representative to the NCF Envirothon. He has had numerous achievements during his teaching career, which started in 1977, and he has helped with many fundraising events to benefit the state's competition and help with expenses for the team to travel to the NCF Envirothon. It is my pleasure to present the Hall of Fame award to Peter Stetson from Rhode Island. And that's all I got, so I'll turn it back over to Jeremy.
All right, let's give Shawnee a big round of applause. Thank you, Shawnee. Who's having fun? Are you sure? Who wants another dad joke? All right, just one. It kind of has a natural resource theme to it. Let me find it again. I'm doing this in true dad fashion. I had it a second ago. All right, here we go. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Hey, winner! The answer, they're really good at it. All right. Moving on with our awards program. So I'm really pleased to be able to share an award tonight that really has a lot of meaning. We have all of our oral presentation awards, and the Envirothon program encourages students to expand their knowledge and explore environmental ecology and natural resources conservation in the areas of aquatic ecology, forestry, soils and land use, wildlife, and this year's current environmental issue, waste to resources. Teams competing this week were tested and scored on their knowledge and performance on 5 different resource tests and an oral presentation component. At this time, I would like to recognize the top scoring team in each of the scored components. First up is the Don and Mary Spickler Oral Presentation Award. The first award tonight is the Don and Mary Jane Spickler Oral Presentation Award to the team with the highest oral presentation score after the preliminary round of judging yesterday. Teams were asked to develop and deliver a 20-minute oral presentation to a panel of judges. This year's scenario reflected the current issue theme of waste to resources. The winning team will receive a plaque commemorating their achievement. In addition, their sponsoring state or provincial Envirothon program will receive $1,000 from the National Conservation Foundation. It gives me great pleasure to recognize this year's Don and Mary Jane Spickler Oral Presentation Award winner with a preliminary oral presentation score of 196 points, Montana. And now I'm going to re-welcome Janelle Mead to the stage to present the remaining station awards. Janelle, come back up.
True story, I lost my glasses when I was up here the first time. I have no idea where they are. So we're going to wing this, okay? So we all learned something new this week. Did everybody learn at least one new thing this week? Okay, but did you learn what kind of brush a bee uses to comb its hair? A honeycomb! That's a mom joke. All right, our first presentation award is going to be in aquatics. In aquatic ecology, students study marine and freshwater ecology, learn to identify aquatic organisms, manage watersheds, mitigate the effects of non-point source pollution, and more. The aquatic ecology test demonstrates a team's understanding of this vital natural resource. The team with the highest score on aquatics ecology exam, with a score of 96 points, 96, that's a lot. I'm not sure I ever got a 96 in school. Maryland. Yes, if you win an award this evening, please stop by over here and get a box because some of you are traveling home. We want to make sure that these awards safely arrive home. With this year's current issue, Waste to Resources, students learn the concept of how waste is managed, its impact on the environment and natural resources. And really, we wanted you to learn how we can all be better stewards of the land and more conservation-minded. And we hope you learned just a little bit about that this week. The team with the highest score on the current issue exam, with a score of 95 points, is Maryland. Oh, there we go. For those of you who couldn't hear that response, I asked what happened to the crab hats, and they said it wasn't aquatics. Well played, Maryland, well played. On the forestry test, students demonstrate their understanding of forest ecosystems, species identification, forest structure, and dynamics, management techniques, and more. The team with the highest score on the forestry exam with a score of 95, you guys are smart, like really smart. 95 points is New York. With the soils and land use test, teams are tested on soil ecology, characteristics, structure, land use management techniques, and conservation practices for urban, rural, or agricultural land use. The team with the highest score on the soils and land use exam, with a score of 85 points, with a score of 85 points is Massachusetts. The wildlife test covered wildlife ecology, classification, adaptations, species identification, human interactions and impacts, and the habitat conservation. The team with the highest score on the wildlife exam, with a score of 94 points. 94 points was Maryland. And I said we all learned something this week, and you know what Jeremy learned? That every Hokie wants to be a Buckeye. So let's welcome him back to the stage with a big OH.
All right. Who's ready for, I think Janelle took the script. Janelle, you took the script. These Buckeyes, I tell you. Yep. All right, so now we're on to the overall score team awards. But before we do that, did you hear the one about the snails? There's this turtle that was crossing the road when he's mugged by two snails. The police showed up, asked him what happened. The shaken turtle replied, "I don't know, it all happened so fast." All right, now on to the awards. So the overall score team awards is where we're at in the program. The combined scores of the 6 scored components are tabulated for overall team ranking and awards. And this year, we'll be recognizing the top 10 overall teams thanks to awards sponsorships from the NACD's President Association, the Nebraska Association of Resources Districts Foundation, the National Association of State Conservation Agencies, the National Conservation Foundation, and Smithfield Foods. So, without further ado, let's get on with the awards program. In 10th place, with a combined score of 522.33, we get down to the decimals here, folks. Pennsylvania. In 9th place, with a combined score of 525 points is Montana. In 8th place, with a combined score of 530 points, is Tennessee. In 7th place, with a combined score of 549.33 points, is Rhode Island. All right, where are we? We're 6th place. In 6th place, with a combined score of 568.33 points, is California. All right, we are up to 5th place. So I have to ask, why didn't Han Solo enjoy his steak dinner? Anyone? It was chewy. I know, I'm making this agonizingly slow. In 5th place, with a combined score of 586.67 points, is North Carolina. All right. In fourth place, with a combined score of 596 points, is New York. And at this time, I'm going to ask our guests from Smithfield Foods to join me on stage as we get to the top 3 awards. Alyssa and Brooke.
I thought I was just mentioning 3 states. I have a whole script here that I'm going to read now. You want me to go through all of this? Okay. Well, I am honored to be here. This is not part of the script, by the way. This is my first time attending the National Envirothon competition, any Envirothon competition for that matter. I'm very proud of Smithfield for their long years of sponsorship and, definitely plan to continue that. So thank you all for being here. Let me get back on script. So for the top 3 overall awards, for several years, Smithfield Foods has been the main corporate sponsor of NCF Envirothon. The National Conservation Foundation and the NCF Envirothon are extremely grateful for their support and belief in our mission. Smithfield actively supports NCF Envirothon and its efforts to advance environmental education, aligning with both Smithfield's environmental initiatives and commitments to support the vitality of its local communities. Across the U.S., Smithfield actively encourages its employees to volunteer at local Envirothon competitions, as well as the NCF Envirothon international events. Here in Ohio, Smithfield supports the local Ohio Envirothon program annually. This year, Smithfield Foods is again sponsoring the scholarship awards for the top 3. Ready for it? Ready for it. I don't have any good dad jokes. Man. Actually, you know what? I do have 2 teenage boys, and they love dad jokes. So one of my youngest son's favorite is, what do you call a deaf dog? It doesn't matter, they're not coming. All right, tried.
That's great.
All right. In third place, receiving a $5,000 scholarship for the team with a combined score of 576.2 is my alma mater state, Florida. All right, and since I've heard Hokies and Buckeyes, I will say go Gators. Anybody? Nobody? Thank you. All right. Let them get settled. In second place, receiving a $10,000 scholarship award for the team with a combined score of 589.8 is Maryland. Is everyone ready? I'm out of dad jokes. I'll be better prepared next year. All right. Congratulations, Maryland. In first place, receiving a $15,000 scholarship award for the team with a combined score of 599. Wow. Is Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, anybody would like to say anything to the audience? Would y'all like to make a few remarks? Come on up.
All right, I'm a little bit short for this microphone, but that's all right because the entire average height of our team is kind of a little bit short, right? It's saying a lot that we probably have the lowest standard deviation in heights of any team here. But what certainly wasn't the lowest standard deviation for this tournament was the amount of fun that I had competing with all of you guys and meeting everybody here. It was like the highlight of my summer and certainly the highlight of my 17 years here on planet Earth, to be able to meet all of you guys here and kind of like interact with you guys and learn things from different countries, different countries and different states. So thank you guys, and thank you to the NCF Envirothon for providing this amazing opportunity.
All right. It is just fun watching you guys. Enjoy your moment. All right. It is now my great pleasure to welcome back to the stage Wendy Dodds from Ohio to pass the torch between hosts. Wendy, come on up.
I'm back again. Congratulations, teams. You guys are amazing. I mean, I only saw the top 3 presentations today, and I cannot tell you how impressive you guys are. When I was your age, I could barely get 2 words out of my mouth in front of a group of people, and you spoke like seasoned professionals today. It was amazing, the things that you learned, and several of you, I mean, sometimes I feel like wherever you are in the United States or Canada, there's always someone that's at a little bit of a disadvantage because they're not familiar with the species and the trees and the things. But I mean, it really was all across the board. So I feel like you guys really learned a lot while you were here, and you were incredibly impressive. So that being said, it is time for Ohio to close the door on our competition and pass the torch on to next year. So next year, you guys are going to be going to Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick from July 23rd to 29th. And the topic is adapting to a changing climate. So according to adventures.com, New Brunswick is known for its untouched wilderness, lobsters, and the Bay of Fundy. So that made me think of a dad joke. Where does the lobster store his clothes? In the closet. Woohoo! All right, so I guess we call this passing the torch, but I'm going to call it passing the baton because I feel like the Envirothon is like a team relay. One person has it and the next person's handing it off to the next. So we are going to be handing this competition over to New Brunswick. So I would like to welcome Becky up to the stage. And as a token of our appreciation, we have made an OHIO basket for Becky and her crew full of fun things from Ohio, and we wish them well as they take on this adventure next year. And for all of you non-Canadians in here, be sure to get your passports and plenty of time to go to Canada. Do you want to talk? Don't go far. Huh?
Well, you get to hear all from me all next year. So thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you so much to our hosts at Ohio. Can we please give everyone another round of applause here? Now, I do wear many hats here. As I was introduced as an operating committee member, I represent New Brunswick. I'm a mother here, and a lot of you have seen me all over the place wearing this silly thing. And I have to say, you guys are all very well trained now. So just to end it right, one more thing. All right, everyone. Wave. Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. I would like to call up our committee. We did bring some of our New Brunswick host committee to Ohio. They've been shadowing in various roles all week. So I'd like to call them up right now. We have Kelly Farah from PEI, because we are a maritime host committee. We have Kate Van Ruin, Rosanna Lamb, Tracy McPhee, and Ryan Gallant. And this is just a small sample of our committee. We are, I don't know, we're over 30 strong right now, but as you can see, it takes an army to put on an event of this size. And we are really looking forward. We believe we're up to the task, and we are definitely welcoming you all with open arms to Canada next year, to Sackville, New Brunswick. And as Wendy mentioned, please start getting your passports ready. You will need them to come up, but we will have all those details up on the website so you'll know exactly what you need to travel and visit us. We do have a maritime flavor. We have lots of great culture, and we are very excited to share it all with you. Our province does have the highest tides in the world there. We also have the world's longest covered bridge. Oh, there's so much to see and do. So I hope you plan on coming up a little before or a little after to take some time and really check out our beautiful province. So with that, I do have a little something for Wendy and the Ohio committee. So they thanked us, but we need to thank them again. And so we give you a little bit of New Brunswick flair. Goldie. There you go.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we do have a little video, I believe, that we'll be able to share with. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, excellent. Yeah.
This is a call to come find yourself again. It's a call of the wild. A call to the part of you that longs to wander and to roam. This is the road less traveled. Time well spent. This is where you get to be yourself. Because we never want you to be any other way. This is a reminder to live, to laugh, and witness the world through childlike eyes. This is where time seems to slow, and where a moment can last a lifetime. This is a people and a place waiting to welcome you with open arms. It's our welcoming nature, New Brunswick.
So I do hope for those of you that have graduated and are moving on, I hope you come back up and volunteer next year. We would love to have you come up and help out. And for those who have not yet graduated, well, let's see if you can come up and visit us, and I want you all to be there. We are a bilingual province as well, I should mention that. We're French and English, and like I said, we can't wait to welcome you. So we'll see you next year, 2023 in Sackville, New Brunswick.
Wendy, do you have any closing? I'll just do a little housekeeping after you. Yeah, go ahead and close this out.
I have a couple housekeeping things too. Do you want me to say?
You can roll with it if you want to. I'll give that one to you. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
All right, everybody. So I have a couple housekeeping statements that I'll start with, and then I'll finish with my closing thoughts. But I guess we have to keep everybody. You've heard me announce things throughout the entire week, so we're going to do another couple morning announcements, and then I will finish with a couple closing remarks. So, first things first, a lot of you had a hard time getting here because of travel, and a lot of you are going to probably have a hard time getting out of here because of travel, so I've heard from many of you that you'll be checking out sometime in the wee hours of the morning. So Miami University has just asked that if you need to check out before the checkout times tomorrow, that you call the 513-330-1717 24-hour number, and they will have staff on hand to get you guys checked out and your keys collected. So they said all they really need from you guys is the keys, and you guys would be free to go. So just wanted to let you know that. Also, I have some sad news that's just come to my attention. You're not going to be happy to hear this, and for as much as you may have thought you liked me throughout this week, you're going to probably throw eggs at me after my next statement. So please don't. The little sheets with all the scores and who did well, those are not available in print right now. I guess this is a waste to resources competition, so those are going to be posted online, but they are currently not available just yet. I would keep my eyes peeled for them, and we will get those to you as soon as possible. So, And here is my better idea. If we would have had them in print, I would have put them in your notebook, score sheet, test sheet bags, which are in the back, because then I know you would have all taken them home. So those are in the back for your teams if you do want to take those home. This probably would be your last opportunity to take those, so if you do want to get those, they are in boxes in the back. And that being said, I just want to let you guys know that the most inspiring thing this week was watching all of you. You have a level of camaraderie that is refreshing and rejuvenating, and it's been a joy to watch you this week. I am so impressed by all of you, so give yourselves one last round of applause. You as students and your advisors, every one of you was so incredibly polite and kind to everyone, each other, to everyone on our committee, and I can't thank you enough. It's been a true pleasure and a joy to spend the week with all of you. We hope you had a wonderful time, and please go have some fun at the dance. Bye. Thanks again.